Good day everyone. I'm just Amazing Minchas and today I will present my report about promoting nonviolence. This topic is very important, not only in school, but also in our daily life, in our families, communities, and even in the world. So the learning outcomes or objectives of this report, the students should be able to define and explain the concept of nonviolence as a philosophy and strategy for peace, differentiate between active and passive forms of nonviolence, analyze historical and contemporary examples of nonviolent movement across cultures and societies, demonstrate understanding of the moral, spiritual, and psychological foundations of nonviolence, critically evaluate the effectiveness of nonviolent approaches in resolving conflicts, apply principles of nonviolent communication and conflict resolution in personal, school, and community settings, and lastly, students will able to develop initiatives or advocacy campaigns that promote a culture of nonviolence. So when we talk about promoting nonviolence, we are not just telling people ayaw og pangaway or ayaw og pagsamok-samok. It goes deeper than that. Nonviolence or ahimsa is a way of living where we choose not to harm any living being, physically, verbally, emotionally, or mentally. It is more than avoiding fights. It is about practicing kindness, patience, and respect in everything we do. So, nonviolence is something that requires real strength. It is an active choice, not just staying quiet or passive. Every day, naadjud times nga ma-irritate ta or ma-trigger ta, but promoting nonviolence means choosing calmness instead of anger, understanding instead of judgment, and peace instead of conflict. This is why nonviolence is seen as an active principle. It takes effort and self-control. Another thing is that nonviolence is universal. It applies to everyone, individuals, families, schools, workplaces, communities, and even entire nations. When we promote nonviolence, we encourage people to treat each other with respect, fairness, and dignity. It is also rooted in ethics and morality, meaning it guides us toward doing what is right and what is wrong. Nonviolence also covers many areas of life. In our personal life, it teaches us to control ourselves, especially when we are upset. For example, if someone says something hurtful, instead of reacting harshly, we choose to stay calm. That is already promoting nonviolence. In social life, practicing nonviolence helps build harmony. Families become more peaceful, friendships become stronger, and school becomes safer when we treat each other with respect. Maski simple ra nga pag-istorya og tarong, dakog effect na siya. So in the political or global level, nonviolence become a powerful tool for change. Many movements around the world succeeded because people used peaceful protests and actions instead of anger and aggression. So promoting nonviolence is also promoting justice done in the right and peaceful way. There are also two types of nonviolence that we should promote, the passive and active nonviolence. So passive nonviolence means avoiding harm. It focuses on patience, tolerance, and self-control. This is more personal, like choosing not to fight back, choosing to stay calm, or trying to understand other people's feelings. Sometimes silence is already a form of peace. While on the other hand, active nonviolence, it involves peaceful action. This includes joining peaceful protests, signing petitions, or participating in campaigns that aim to improve society. Active nonviolence does not use anger or aggression. Instead, it uses unity, respect, and peaceful strategies to promote justice and change. It shows that we can fight for what is right without hurting anyone. So, next, when we talk about civil disobedience and non cooperation, it means refusing to follow unfair laws or withdrawing support from systems that are unjust. Mahatma Gandhi used this method to fight for India's independence. The idea is simple: we can create change without hurting anyone. So people can use peaceful ways like boycotts, strikes, marches, or fasting. Ang goal ani is to appeal to the moral conscience of those in power. We do it patiently, with courage, and with truth. This is why nonviolence is not weakness. It is a strong moral force. Next, we have Satyagraha, a Sanskrit word that means truth force or soul force. It is about using moral courage and truth to fight injustice instead of violence. Sorry. So the main idea is to appeal to the conscience of the oppressor. We seek justice through patience, love, and ethical action. The goal is to create social change without harming others or being aggressive. Ang Satyagraha teaches us that doing what is right can be done peacefully, with respect, and honestly. So next is Jens Sharp's theory of nonviolent action. He explains that power comes from the consent of the people. If people stop supporting unjust systems, those systems become weak. So, nonviolent action is a strategic way to challenge authority without using physical force. People can protest, strike, boycott, or sign petitions. The purpose is clear: achieve political or social change peacefully while minimizing harm. This theory shows that even small, peaceful actions can make a big difference. So, conflict is a part of life, but nonviolence can help transform conflict into an opportunity for understanding and cooperation. Instead of just stopping violence, conflict transformation focuses on solving root causes, improving relationships, and creating lasting peace. Techniques include dialogue, mediation, restorative practices, negotiation, and community problem solving. So, ang goal ani is to turn conflicts into growth, fairness, and stronger bonds, and prevent future violence by addressing social, emotional, and structural problems. Next, many leaders and movements have shown the power of non-violence, and they are Mahatma Gandhi from India. He fought for independence with boycotts, marches, and fasting, advocated satyagraha to resist injustice peacefully. Martin Luther King Jr. from USA, he led the civil rights movement with non-violent protests and pitches, promoted equality, justice, and peaceful change. Nelson Mandela from South Africa. He fought apartheid and promoted forgiveness and reconciliation, showed that peaceful leadership heals nations. And lastly, People Power Revolution from Philippines in 1986. Millions protested dictatorship peacefully through prayers and rallies, restoring democracy without armed conflict. So, today, youth and women's movements continue to promote social justice, equality, and environmental action in nonviolent ways. Next, nonviolence is also practical in daily communication. We also use peaceful ways to interact with others. We express feelings honestly but respectfully by Marshall Rosenberg's principle. Focus on needs and empathy. Stay calm during conflicts and try to understand others' emotions. Listen actively and use dialogue to solve problems. And disagree politely and negotiate solutions that respect everyone's right. So these techniques help build peaceful relationships in families, schools, workplaces, and communities. So next, promoting nonviolence is not just for protests. It can happen every day, everywhere. In schools, families, and workplaces, encourage kindness, patience, and respectful communication. Teach conflict resolution, teamwork, and empathy in classrooms. Engage in community projects that promote cooperation and harmony. Media should share positive messages and avoid content that encourages aggression. And education programs can develop dialogue, empathy, and problem-solving skills to prevent conflict. Next, we can also take action to promote nonviolence in society. So design peace campaigns and social media advocacy to inspire positive action. Build nonviolent movements for social justice, equality, and human rights. Encourage youth to volunteer, lead campaigns, and participate in community service. And support policies and institutions that ensure fairness, equality, and respect in all organizations. So, promoting nonviolence is not just an idea, it is a way of life. From our personal interactions to social movements and national change. Choosing peace, empathy, and justice can transform our world. Kung tanan mag-practice og nonviolence, we can create community and society that is peaceful, respectful, and fair to everyone. So these are the reference or the sources that I use for my report. And mm, and that ends of my report on promoting nonviolence. Thank you and good day.